It's been a crazy week. Israel versus Iran, exchanging firepower. Well, as the saying goes, when the countries conflict and the leaders disagree, those that suffer are the citizens, the masses. From the news, we have seen thousands, into hundreds of thousands, leaving Tel Aviv and leaving Tehran. Those are the capital cities of these two countries. Well, now, after hundreds upon hundreds of missiles and drones unleashed from Tehran to Israel, the Iron Dome has been intercepting, while some made it through. At this very hour, the Iron Dome, which is Israel's defense system, is running out of firepower. It's just a matter of weeks until they run out. And only one interceptor costs into millions. Well, just as we thought that peace talks were almost on the verge of coming to fruition, Iran has unleashed its dangerous, most lethal missile as of yet. Let us watch.
Israel has been bombing Tehran relentlessly. Iran, on the other hand, has fired over 400 missiles at Israel. Israeli air defenses have struggled to stop the incoming missiles. Now Iran has unleashed a new missile, a hypersonic missile. This comes at a time when Israeli Iron Dome has less than 2 weeks of ammo left.
The Israeli skies are ablaze with a relentless storm of missiles, streaking like fiery comets in the twilight. Sirens wail across cities as Iron Dome batteries scramble to intercept a barrage of incoming threats. Each explosion lighting up the night with deadly flashes. The destruction in Israeli cities is devastating. Buildings reduced to rubble. Vital infrastructure crippled and civilians caught in the crossfire. The war's sixth day has delivered a seismic shock. Iran has fired its Fattah-1 hypersonic missile directly at Tel Aviv, marking the first time such a weapon has been used in the conflict.
We extend our congratulations to the devoted commanders and fighters of the IRGC Aerospace Force over the 11th wave of the proud Operation True Promise 3, carried out using first-generation Fattah missiles that marks the beginning of the end for the so-called legendary air defenses of the Zionist army and the confusion and self-harm among the Zionist thugs.
The Fattah-1, developed by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and unveiled in 2023, is a medium-range hypersonic ballistic missile with a range of 1,400 kilometers. Easily enough to reach any target in Israel from deep within Iranian territory. What makes the Fattah-1 so terrifying is its speed and agility. Traveling at up to Mach 15, it can cover the distance to Tel Aviv in mere minutes, while its maneuverable re-entry vehicle allows it to change course mid-flight, evading even the most advanced missile defense systems. But Fattah-1 is just the tip of Iran's missile spear. The Islamic Republic's arsenal includes the Emad and Khaybar-Shekan medium-range ballistic missiles, both capable of striking Israel with ranges exceeding 1,000 kilometers. While Emad can carry 750 kilograms of munitions, Khaybar-Shekan can carry a payload of 600 kilograms. These missiles, combined with the new hypersonic capability, give Iran the power to strike deep and hard, overwhelming Israeli defenses. Israel's air defense network is now under unprecedented strain. Aero interceptors costing $3 million apiece are being fired in huge numbers in a desperate bid to shield the nation. Intelligence sources warned that at the current rate, Israel's missile stockpiles could be depleted in just 10 to 12 days.
Mr. Adrian Calamel is a fellow at Arabian Peninsula Institute, terrorism and Middle Eastern scholar and author of a forthcoming book on Hezbollah. He's now joining us live from New York. Mr. Calamel, thank you for making time for us and welcome to We on Wild is One. Good to see you again. What do you think happens next? What are your predictions of this war? Will it stop or what will stop it?
Good to see you, Eric, and good evening to all your viewers. It's increasingly looking like it's going to stop when when the regime topples, when it falls, because Khamenei is wedded to a nuclear weapon, one that he will not give up, or the ability to enrich and reprocess. He's not going to give up that ability, and the United States, as well as Israel, is going to make sure that's not going to happen. So, it's going to lead to the collapse of his regime. You see his infrastructure is being taken away, his leadership's being stripped away from him. We're going to see him isolated and alone up at the top.
Mr. Calamel, Iran insists that toppling the regime is off the table. In fact, Donald Trump yesterday said that unconditional surrender, and we've been seeing a tit-for-tat between Khamenei and Trump, and this is what Khamenei says. I'll just read a tweet by Khamenei. The US president threatens us with his absurd rhetoric. He demands that the Iranian people surrender to him. They should make threats against those who are afraid of being threatened. The Iranian nation is not frightened by such threats. He is very adamant.
Well, yeah, he is very adamant. And I first want to say he does not speak for the Iranian people. The 90 million Iranians, 90 million of them do not believe in him and despise this individual. Having said that, that's all he's got left is bluster and a few missiles. And I want to track back to the whole hypersonic claims. I think everybody's kind of missing what a hypersonic missile actually is and what makes it dangerous. First of all, the Islamic Republic does not possess the abilities to launch a hypersonic missile from multiple perspectives. What makes it dangerous is that it leaves the atmosphere. And once it leaves the atmosphere, it's its movement in that space that makes it very difficult to take down. Now, the sling and the arrow were designed to take down these type of attacks. But it's not the payload, it's not so much the speed, it's the maneuverability. And I want to pivot back. This is more bluster from the Islamic Republic. If they had hypersonic missiles, they would have used them at the beginning. If they had 1,000 missiles, ballistic missiles, as Khamenei promised that he would have launched, if they were attacked. That didn't come. They've only launched 400 missiles.
Mr. Calamel,
yes, they have.
I'm just curious. Israel ignited the flame, but it's now US and Iran embroiled in a sort of tit-for-tat. Was that Israel's objective all along? And how do you view this dynamic, this new dynamic?
This could have been Trump's objective all along. It's this good cop, bad cop, is to, one, have Israel do the dirty work for the world. And we've had European leaders saying Israel has done the dirty work that no one else was willing to do. And it was Trump in the sidelines trying to negotiate. But really, negotiations were going nowhere. The Islamic Republic had a chance, and it was very limited. It didn't seem very serious. It was 60 days, but they had to give up everything. That was the final. And it goes back to Trump's first term. It was no enrichment, no reprocessing. Unfortunately, Khamenei was too close to a nuclear weapon after 4 years after Trump's maximum pressure campaign. And so that's why you're seeing this action taken out now.
All right, Mr. Carmel, it's good to see you. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you for talking to us today.
Always great. Thank you, Eric.
Well, while the world anticipates for peace, Israel is requesting for a regime change. They're asking the supreme leader to surrender, as requested by the US President Donald Trump, and the supreme leader of Iran has refuted the request. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.